panties gonna just fall off everywhere. It's gonna like bloop, slide off.
Yeah, that
slide
would be
slide for moisture.
that would fall into that category of uncomfortable.
Oh wow, Dave.
No, right now you are. Like that wasn't on. Now you're on.
Okay. Wow, Dave, you almost really made me look like a jerk. Welcome to the 18th episode of the High Vibe Guys. You got your boy Jamond Booze. You have the esoteric, easy water explaining. You just explained it. I ain't say you was the originator of the concept. Although he kind of is in my mind.
The mitochondriac Mac. I don't know. That didn't.
that was funny.
KT said Young Mito. Just stick
Young
with
Mito.
Young Mito in the building. Man. And then Akil wearing the same hat back to back. Shout out to Rafa.
That's for Rafa, bro. I got a nice hat collection, but I wear this hat like on a daily basis, bro. I want the message to get across,
J's, bro. Everybody need to get all the colors.
I
They
swear.
got purple, green, red,
Facts. I got to get me one of
Autograph
those. Make 7 Mile healthy again.
Make 7 Mile healthy.
That's why
blue. The Instagram, if anybody want to tap in, is Make the Hood Healthy Again or Neighborhood Grocery. You can follow them on either one of those.
or Pharaoh
handles.
Rafa, FAIRO _RAFA. That's 100% how you spell it.
Okay. I messed up on the
FAIRO
spelling last time, so let me just
_ RAFA. Big shout outs to Rafa.
Yes,
Shout out to the spelling bee champion in the building.
Gang, Cast Tech. Cast Tech.
Oh, man. I want to give another quick shout out to another black-owned business very quickly. Maurice's High Tech Auto in Midtown. Just because my friend Stacy said I should give him a shout out, I just recommended that she go there. And if you ever met Maurice, he is a really nice dude.
He's really dope.
You know Maurice?
I got my car from my last 3 cars.
Yeah. Maurice is a dope dude, man. And
I need to check him out. I need a whip.
There by Woodward and West Grand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And shout out to him because he blew up too over the past 5 years. I remember when I used to go to Maurice initially, like 2013, and it'd be like a car or two there. And like you go now, it's like you got to almost do like a reservation or something like that. Cause Maurice got business. You know what I mean? Check out his Yelp reviews. Excellent customer service. And then it's a father-son owned business.
Ugh.
Real nasty in a good way. Like
Yeah, don't do an analogy.
I was gonna do Kanye like bad meaning good, not bad meaning bad.
Yeah, don't.
It's too
Just
late.
don't. It was never too late because it was
Terrible to begin with.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Big facts.
Oh man.
What's cracking, y'all?
What's up?
Nothing much, man. Feeling good. Got this hair out of my eye. That was traumatic.
You said you couldn't sleep?
Man, I couldn't sleep a wink, literally. You know what I mean? I literally couldn't wink, and no, I got out freaking sleep last night.
Yeah.
They
was
saw
all
back
bad.
them eyebrows, bro. Put some rag with some warm water on it.
Asa really does know a little bit or a lot about everything. He gave me a full philosophy on how to get a hair out of my eye in the car, like multiple ways to do it. Fall backwards, blink twice.
Jump off your porch with your eyes wide open.
Yo, it's silly.
Do you have any large leaves in your backyard? It's like, how you going with this shit? So how you guys doing? Awesome.
I'm smooth, man. I'm feeling incredible right now. That B-Day energy, bro.
That's right.
Yeah.
Asa's birthday was yesterday.
Shout out to the young king.
Yeah.
Happy solar return.
Yes, sir.
God, buddy.
Oh, you know what? I actually was gonna bring this up too, man, because I was trying to think about how to say happy birthday in a way that was cool, like the Asa appropriate way, and like I'm like HAPI _ rotation / solar Earth
Yep.
return. I said, damn, how the hell you tell this fool happy birthday and not look like a jackass? Because
Not
he's
too
so
much.
deep.
Not look too much like a Westerner.
Yeah, man. You know, like I've actually studied something recently. I was about to hit up Rod and be like, yo, tell me how to tell him happy birthday in his language.
Nah, anyways, cool. I appreciate y'all, man.
We appreciate you, and I'm glad that you're having a great birthday, man.
What'd you do for your birthday, bro?
What I do every day, bro. Just cruise, relax, got some money, spend some quality time with my loved ones, do some studying. every day feel like a birthday, to be honest, man.
Oh, that's the way to go.
That's how you're supposed to live.
To, dictate the energy going on in my life, from the moment I wake up to when I go to sleep.
So what do that look like? What do that look like when you wake up?
It varies because the sun is in different positions.
Hold on.
Apparently.
Why was the sun not if you have on a mask?
Because this is
savage.
As above. I mean, we can explain it. Shit. Anything is explainable. So as above, so below, as within, so without. Hit you with, the axioms off rip. But the thing is, the sun, keep in mind, is the determiner of the circadian rhythms and the horary rhythms and all the peak times and rest times and the cycles inside the body. So you bowing down to it regardless. That's the god of this realm or universe, if you will. But anyways, back to what you were saying, or what does that look like? It varies because our position and relationship to the sun, is moving about a degree at a time. So every 30 days, it might look like something different. But for the most part, when I wake up, I make sure I get the little close out meditation in and project and kind of slightly mentally plan and rehearse the activities that I want to go about that day. And then before I go to sleep, I try to, or I do, because, we throwing out the T word. All the young folks, we don't try.
Trying is a curse word.
We do it.
You learned that in
will
Kimpo
or
class.
Will not. Indeed.
Shout out to 36 Chambers University.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to have them on here very soon, too.
Big
and
facts.
I like one thing you said, too, because yesterday was a prime example of, when I don't think through my day, how much of a waste it's going to be. And, I realized you got to be real strategic with your thought process in order to have an effective and productive day and not just be busy all day. Because I definitely had somebody cancel on me. I've had a 9 to 3 thing to do, and they canceled late last night or the night before. And, I didn't think about what I was going to do. I just woke up, and the first 3 hours of my day was like me walking around the house in circles. You know what I mean?
Hey, puppy.
That's what meditation.
Yeah.
That's that meditation right there. Just plug it in and listen. And you'll naturally, because if you notice your intelligence, your innermost attitude, intuition, it's always telling you what to do, right? And most of the time we be hard-headed, but even if we are hard-headed, if we tap back in, it'll give us another route. But it's always trying to, suggest to you or steer you in a direction that's gonna propel you, or improve you or something. So next time, just sit down, be still for a couple minutes, 5 minutes, and just listen, and you'll get the answer and the instruction from the inside out.
Yeah, and I'm working on my meditation. I'm definitely trying to get more in tune and just listen to my breathing, you know what I mean, and focus in on that and let whatever comes to it.
What you been noticing so far with the breathing, since you've been breathing consciously?
When you breathe consciously, for me, I would say that your base level body functions become more apparent. You know what I mean? And when I say that, I give an example. Yesterday, day before yesterday, I was at a place, and I got really frustrated trying to rent my car. And in the moment, as he's saying, me and the kid are going through a process right now. And one of the things I realized I could do immediately was control my breathing, and controlling my breathing made me feel my heart almost. You know what I mean? I could feel that my energy kind of surging through my body, and I was at least able to calm myself back down. So, I mean, I can't levitate quite yet, but that's coming next. But definitely just, having getting in tune with my body more. And even the whole process of what we're doing right now is just making me recognize, I got to get in tune with my body. We're out of sync, you know what I mean? We're not functioning as one. It's like this right here, my brain and my body are two different entities right now. And I am definitely trying to put them in line with each other so I can kind of walk through this mentally and physically in tune with what's going on around me and what's inside of me. So yes, that was a long answer.
No, it was right on time.
Them deep breaths work, man.
They do. They definitely.
3 deep breaths in any situation where you feeling anxious or upset or nervous will instantly.
Yeah.
I've done it in all those aspects, being upset and taking 3 deep breaths instantly. All right, cool. All right, so what's next?
Focusing on that base level function of your body. You know what I mean? It kind of just puts you back in tune with your body. And this whole conversation is going in the direction of what the show was kind of going. But before that, Akil, we were talking about how our days are going and all that. I just wanted to.
Dang, it's a day and nothing else, huh?
Well, that's why I'm coming back to you. That's why I'm coming back to you.
I understand. Young Mito is the coolest dude in the world. Everybody in Detroit want to be like him, but my day important too, booze.
That's why I was coming back to your little silly day,
bro. How was my day yesterday?
What's going on with you?
Man, so much fly shit is coming, bro.
Yeah.
So much fly shit is coming. I'm doing the psychedelic conference this week, and I was with Mama Ayana yesterday. A couple days this week cleaning up the church that we're doing it at, and just getting, you know, a vibe of the place or whatever. It's been phenomenal, bro. For a period, probably like a couple weeks ago, I was eating really terribly. Like terribly. Eating
Hostess Twinkies.
Man, I ate an Impossible Burger from Burger King.
Impossible?
Because where we live, like, there's a Burger King right on the corner. And I was starving one day, and I walked to the Burger King and was like, let me get an Impossible Burger, man. Instantly felt like trash. And I told myself going into this week, starting Sunday, that I was just going to, like, change the whole process, my whole program of eating. So
that's the perfect segue too,
bro. This is the crazy thing about
Burger King to
no, because he got the vegan thing off the menu.
But right. But this is the crazy thing about, like, how you eat and how it affects your body and your mind state. So I could tell now, in hindsight, when I was eating like trash, I was real lethargic. I didn't have like tons of energy to do certain things. I would make excuses for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to work out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I ain't got time right now. As soon as the end of Sunday hit, I started eating like I'm supposed to Sunday morning. As soon as the end of Sunday hit, going into Monday, I was on tip, bro.
Yeah.
I woke up on tip like, all right, you got 5 seconds to start working out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Sun salutation, push-ups, did some of my Kempo training, just went straight into it. And then from that, went straight into reading. And then went straight into taking a bike ride. Like, it was like everything was back to back, back to back. And it wasn't even like I was forcing myself to do it. It was just like, I want to do this. I feel high.
Mm-hmm.
And when you eat a certain way, when you hydrate it, you feel high, bro. Like a natural high.
I definitely I enjoy them days when it's just like everything is automatic. You know what I mean? Like the next phase, the next task is just like it comes nat. But yeah, I feel you, man. Those are great days.
Yeah, bro. So that's the tip I've been on real heavy. Projecting my day. I watch tons of YouTube videos. Tons. My man, Dr. Joe Dispenza. Love that guy.
Boy, oh boy.
Love that guy. He be on tip, bro. Reprogramming your mind. Quick little tips. Like, yo, why are you focusing on the past? You can't change that. Focus on the present, and by focusing on the present, you're building your future. So in the present, you saying, I can't do X, Y, Z. You're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? But if you just jump into a task, like with my brother, just jump into the detox teas. Now you got this big flourishing source of income that's like second nature. People begging you for it. I done hit this fool up like 5 times in the last week or so and just, hey, man, I need a tea tonight, bro.
With the arm scratch.
You know what I'm saying? Like a straight fiend, bro.
Pookie.
Like Pookie. But yeah, man, all that to say, this has been a phenomenal month. July has been a dope month.
I see how you just tried to pass up Asa on like the good day. Like, how many your birthday?
Oh man.
And you kind of like you said earlier about a segue, man. You talked about the vegan cheeseburger from Burger King, and we kind of were talking earlier, just throwing around like how there are a lot of pseudo and there's false information everywhere. And then there's just a lot of people who really don't study philosophy very deeply. And for me, like one of the things I talked about with the guys earlier was like, there is a lot of information that might go over your head in the show sometimes. It goes over my head sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the most novice at I'm more of a novice at a lot of information that comes out of Asa's mouth than the Kill is. And I've learned to not disbelieve you, but more to accept that I don't understand. And there's some people who I don't believe. Some people who I just feel like we talking out the side of their neck. And that's kind of what we were kind of getting to today about one of our show topics is like how you kind of got to where you are as far as your knowledge, what you believe in, or even like now you kind of like are not bashing vegans, but you're bashing vegans who are claiming to be better than others. You know what I mean? Is that accurate?
I wouldn't say I bash them. That's more so like Dominic Holmes
No.
going crazy. Like, yeah, fuck them vegans. And what's up? I got the superpowers.
He say that while cooking pork
This
ribs.
big juicy pork steak, right?
I
Because
love
he's
that
showing
dude.
it. He asking the question like, okay, I'm out here eating all this meat. How many vegans got powers that match my power level? Like
Facts.
nobody. I ain't never seen one person.
Yeah.
You know. So
No.
he could toot his horns, rightfully.
Mhm.
But what we're saying is that, or trying to communicate to the vegans, because it's more so to and for them, so they don't have that belief that they're like entitled to or have this exclusive privilege to vibrations that the average person doesn't. Because
Mhm.
the truth is, like, somebody could be vegan all day for 10 years straight, right? But they could be eating things that are super dense or that don't provide the best vibrations to them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And somebody could have a farm and be eating halal meat, eating whatever they, all this meat eater stuff, drinking whatever type of stuff they be doing. But they working out every day faithfully and they super hydrated. They gonna outlive that vegan. And they're gonna be able to outperform that vegan, with most type of situations.
So I believe what he just said: the Impossible burgers and vegan hot dogs,
The processed vegan.
and vegan ice cream. Not that it's the worst thing, because you probably could do worse and be eating chitlins. But I think what he's trying to say is like, man, there's still bad vegan food out here, and I know for sure vegans personally who have been lifelong. I got somebody I'm close with. Not gonna say their information, and it's seriously.
They gonna know who it is as soon as, as they hear it.
They're not listening to this. They're Jehovah's Witness. They ain't get on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
And they now they know who it is. I'm like, who's known me his whole life was a vegan, as a Jehovah's Witness. Well,
Trying to think.
sorry, cousin. All right. But my cousin, damn, did a bad saying that. Oh man,
Just say his name now. Jesus
it's a
Christ.
girl.
you
It's
a-
even worse. I feel
Oh,
like it's even
you
worse.
are a savage, Booze.
But my cousin has been a vegan for probably 20 plus years, and has been very obese the whole time. You know what I mean? But I also remember her eating pints of ice cream, pints of them fake chicken nuggets. You know what I mean? I mean, not pints, but bags of those chicken nuggets. And like, I didn't even really process it then because I thought she was doing something better than me. But I can't remember her eating a salad. And man, you know I love you, girl. Please never listen to my podcast.
She like, I'm gonna check this out today. I really
Man.
love my.
Can I speak on that obese part real quick?
18 is my lucky number. Go for it.
So like a lot of people associate skinny with healthy and big with unhealthy, when that's not necessarily the case, because it's a lot of skinny, small people who are super clogged up and are full of plaque. You know what I'm saying? And they just, got smaller, less space amounts to get their issue, going on, as opposed to a person who's larger with more mass. But the thing I wanted to say about the big people, so quote unquote, is that, the only way you will fall victim to some type of extreme, disease case or, be out in those statistics is if you don't do anything about it and you just, allowing yourself to be like that and you just dragging yourself along. But I've seen martial artists, for example, who practice and train every day and they've created enough force to overthrow that mass, So if you in control of that field you got, that magnetic field, you can stir it around.
Yeah.
That's
Big
that
facts.
relationship you was bringing up earlier. That relationship your body and your spirit has. That's in sync and harmony type of rhythm versus everything. Fighting and seeing who gonna have the best of you and your ego.
Yeah.
It's levels to it. So yeah, don't feel bad if you like a certain size and you listen to this. Man, just train. Start right now. In 30 days, 60 days, you'll see a lot more improvement. Your body will be bowing down to however you situate your mind.
If you watching this, then you see my big ass at the end of the camera, so you know that this isn't
But
shots.
you training right now? You in
Yeah.
the dojo?
Yeah, I'm in the dojo, and I've been around y'all, so my diet has changed
I
over
was
the
about to
years.
say you eat about as clean as anybody I know. You got high standards when it comes to food.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't an overnight thing. It's definitely one of them things where I'm still trying to get in tune. And one of the other things I wanted to talk, whatever. Don't
the
shake your
universe infinite, bro. We always gonna be improving. That's why I shook my head. We gonna be improving next lifetime, 30 lifetimes after that. Like, come on, man.
Well, I guess I'm just trying to level up in this lifetime a few times right now. Yeah. And one of the things I want to cover as we kind of talk about like just the mindsets and kind of how we're evolving is we never really talked about kind of like our background to some extent as far as this particular area of things go and like how we kind of got to who we are. And I wanted to kind of discuss that with our viewers briefly and just because I feel like we got all at 3 different stages, and I love that about us. That's what kind of makes the show, gives the show a lot of dynamic. And I will guess I will start with Kill. I'm gonna start with you just because you're in the middle. I feel like you in between me and Asa in a good way, and I feel like we all in a good space. Not that one of us better than the other.
Yep, I know exactly what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So give us a little background about some of the things that you kind of
how I got hip to like esoteric.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I attribute that off rip to my bro for life, Cliff Note, Clifton Perry. That fool in high school, we went to Cass Tech. Awesome, Cass Tech.
Oh my God! All right, is Cass Tech freaking sponsoring the show now? Because this
happens
man. Every
greatest high school in the world. And you know, I grew up in a traditional Christian. I don't know if my mom was Baptist or not or whatever, what denomination, but I grew up in a traditional Christian home. Didn't know anything outside of that. Then I got to high school and I met my brother Cliff, and he was training under 5%ers. And he came to me with some books. And one of the books I remember was called Illuminati 666. And he gave it to me. When he tried to hand it to me, I'm like, bro, I can't take this, bro. This is some devil stuff, bro. What you talking about, 666? I take this home, my mom gonna kill me, bro. He like, bro, read the book. Like, don't just read the book. Broke down in the book, and I'm reading it. And there's one section where they were breaking down, like, at the time I was real heavy into, like, New World Order type stuff. They breaking down like the back of a dollar bill. Take a dollar bill out. I'm looking like, oh my God, it's right there. After that, I was avid. I was a rabid reader. Had tons of books, and then I started actually printing out flyers. I was going to Wayne State at the time. I was printing out flyers about like breaking down the New World Order and all this different like numerology and all that, and I would be passing out different flyers and stuff like that. Actually got kicked off of Wayne State campus because of that, but got heavy into the 5% teachings at an early age, probably like 17, 18 years old. Carried that through into my mid-20s, and then I started getting exposed. Once I moved from Detroit, I lived in Detroit my whole life. I moved out into the suburbs, Farmington Hills and West Bloomfield, because I had a job out that way, and it was just easier commute. So picked up my family, moved them out there, and got exposed to like a little bit more of like the esoteric occult stuff through some of my coworkers. But I didn't get to the level I'm at and what I believe now and what I hold true to myself until I met Asa, and he started hitting me with just like stuff. When I read stuff and I get like this feeling within my body like, oh, wait a minute, this is what I was supposed to be knowing. Like everybody know, you get like a feeling when it's something that you tap into and it's like, oh, this is for me. This was meant for me. I was getting them butterflies in my stomach, that crazy feeling like, man, I gotta read more about this. I gotta get more hip to this. But yeah, it was that type of progression coming from 5% studies, heavy into watching like Alex Jones at the time.
Yeah.
That dude kind of like a quack right now, but I was watching Alex Jones DVDs like crazy.
Alex Jones is
9/11 Road to Tyranny.
I would still say he's not a quack, man. He had an interview with T.I. that was phenomenal. Phenomenal.
He a quack in certain ways. If you follow him,
I agree with that because I think in some things he's probably not being 100% truthful because he needs to allow because he has to make it like bigger than life.
And he's bigger than life now.
But
from where he came from.
But watch that. I'll give yourself a solid hour. Watch that interview with T.I.
I'm gonna watch that today.
He is a fascinating guy, extremely intelligent, extremely intelligent. But he also came prepared to light up Alex Jones' ass too. He came prepared. Like he
So is Alex Jones holding his own, or it was just like T.I. was exposing some of the stuff he was saying?
I think T.I. leaves it to your perception, but he definitely makes it so Alex Jones don't got some validity in my mind when it comes to different things. But in the other areas though, I was like, all right, Alex Jones really done the research. He didn't really been in that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't deny what he actually knows. Mm-hmm. But in some areas, he was like, oh, shit. T.I. said, so you're telling me that you didn't get with the feds? And it was like, what? Yeah. Like, Alex Jones was like, damn, this motherfucker got me.
But, yeah, I mean, that was me. That was how I came to where I'm at presently, where I'm, like, heavy into esoteric, occultic, I'm a lover of knowledge.
Yeah, I was about to say you just a lover of knowledge, man.
Yeah.
And I want to get to Asa, but then I want to return to you because you got some on your neck that I want to speak to after we kind of get Asa's.
Are you talking about these crystals, my babies?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But I want to get Asa's kind of like, because I think I've never really heard your path to kind of who you became, who you are. I know bits and pieces. Like,
I'm just a regular Joe, bro. But
God, anybody that knows Asa knows it's not true.
Seen the motherfucker fly before. All right.
Anyways, what's the specific question?
Just kind of like into your current level of knowledge and your
where
beliefs.
Did it start?
What was your path to that?
So not necessarily life journey, but specifically the knowledge.
Yeah.
How you developed your mindset.
Yes.
That question.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for clarifying for me.
So, like Akil, I learned about who I was and how to acknowledge itself at its first spark or whatever in high school. But that was just information to me, and I didn't really take it to heart until after high school. I say about 1920, my grandmother died. And then I was like, dang, like, why? If God, I know Jesus ain't real and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking all these things and like what I believe at the time. But then it hit me like, if I really want to do something, if I really want to change and stop people from dying, I got to learn to do something. And that's when I started taking the health seriously and started seeing the relationship that health has and, somebody understanding, themselves. Because at the end of the day, you could read whatever. But if you don't have the mental faculties available to really comprehend, then it's a wrap. So I started taking health a lot more serious and just, balancing those two out. But like Akil, man, it's just been like a consistent journey. Like I just thrive and get hungry and on off of that. Like, I'm about to learn about how I could get even more capable, because it's not about. It used to be about power to me, but now I'm seeing the power in capability and people's personal, abilities and the elimination of the limitations that we used to put on ourselves, believing and whatever, breaking all that down. Because at the end of the day, anything I could do, you could do. Anything Jeff Bezos could do, we could. It's just about positioning and people mapping it out and manifesting it, and seeing their true potential. But that's where I really thrive and get happy off of. Now just learning about self, learning about how to help restore people I love, and anything in telling that type of vibe.
You said something real big that I held on to, and that piece was like you said the word comprehension, and I feel like it's big because I think people don't comprehend a lot of the times what's being said. Therefore, they dismiss it. Right?
Have you ever heard somebody say dark matter?
Yes.
How many people do you think really understand what dark matter is?
None.
Exactly.
Including Dave.
I would say including a lot of scientists
Right.
who go across that word every single day.
Right.
But that's the difference between like knowing about something, knowing how to spell it, knowing like about black people are gods or they did okay, that's cool, that's amazing. Ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, you know about it, but do you understand how they did that? If not, shut your ass up. And we got work to do. You know?
And it's unfortunate because in the world we live in, man, everybody is a know-it-all on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and they pass out all this information, and it convolutes and dilutes the actual information, you know what I mean? And it makes it so people are more skeptical and less likely to kind of like find out for themselves the truth, because one, they either feel like the person who's telling them something who hasn't done any research is correct, or they realize that they're full of shit, and then they completely stop believing in whatever, or they don't even give something the opportunity to kind of grow on them.
Based
part
on
of the
example?
reason, part of the reason why I deactivated my social media accounts, it was getting too much. Like I was getting overwhelmed with like
booty pictures on IG.
I'm never overwhelmed with that. That's okay, but the like you said, the pseudo fake geniuses, man. Like everybody is an expert. I went to high school with you, bro. You are not that deep.
There are two things that I love bringing up in conversations like this, and they talk about things that people don't understand. One, confirmation bias. Two, Dunning-Kruger effect. So confirmation bias means you are far more likely to believe something that adheres to what you already believe.
Yep.
And then Dunning-Kruger effect is a real mental condition. It's a real mental problem that everybody has. Where the less you know about something, the more likely you believe you're an expert at it.
Makes perfect sense.
And then the other one is if you try to factually argue with somebody, and try to just sit down and have a rational conversation with them, challenging someone's core beliefs literally lights up the same receptors in the brain as getting punched in the nose does. It triggers that fight or flight response. And that's why people tend to dig in, instead of listening and having a conversation, that's why people dig in, because you're challenging their core beliefs and it triggers that fight or flight response.
And they operate straight out of pride and ego.
Wow. You remember that argument we had about allergies 2 weeks ago in my house?
Yes.
It was the exact day, because I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. But I was going all in. I went in my bag. I went deep in the bag.
That fool said, everybody's allergies are exactly the same. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Did you just say?
I mean, it's got some truth to it. You know.
Hey.
I know. Again, I was making that up as I went. It just sounded good because I was fighting against whatever you had to fucking say.
But what I'm also realizing in this growth, we talking about growth, Latin food is ridiculous, is I'm taking stuff less personally now, which is a phenomenal space to be in.
You was mad 2 hours. I had to almost drown.
Bro,
I almost drowned on the kayak. And then the kid was like, you know what? You're still my bro.
Oh, that's another hilarious story. This fool, we go kayaking, and this fool booze tips over in 0.7 seconds. Kept his hat on and glasses. How did you what? And was holding on to the instructor for dear life. Hey man, hey. Oh my God, booze almost died on the deck.
Yeah, it was fun times.
That was a good trip though.
And then with Ego, he was like, You wanna just do a tandem with me? Nah, man, I got it. I'm shaking like a leaf. Nah, man, put me back in the water. Put me back in the game, coach.
Yeah, man.
Before you kayak, make sure you are comfortable swimming, and definitely, and if you're crossing the Detroit River in a boat that is the size of a big chair, a shoe, there you go.
Like you sitting in a shoe, bro.
Be confident, because it is actual waves and current in that motherfucker.
Boy, oh boy.
So this is just something I wanted to touch on quickly, because it's gonna be a short episode, but so a friend of mine said, yeah, I don't believe in stones the other day. Crystals. And I was like, well, she was like, wow. She's like, they talk about vibrations, vibrating what? Or something along those lines. And I said, well, science says that, the molecules on this table are vibrating at a certain speed and makes it solid.
Yep.
So why wouldn't those stones be vibrating too, and maybe have a different vibration level, and maybe be in tune with your body somehow? You might not necessarily know how it impacts you. I'm not a scientist, nor am I an expert on the esoteric. So I'm just giving you where my middle ground of knowledge comes together and says, yo, this has some truth to it based off of the information that I received from these different areas. So why do you wear your stones? Just quickly.
I mean, for some people, it might be like the placebo effect, where like I didn't convince myself that they have some type of power. But for me, I felt the energy.
Yeah.
You know, my youngest daughter's mom is heavy into crystals. Heavy. Them boys is all around the house. She do yoga classes with him, and I've physically felt and seen the effects. So I can only talk for myself. I'm not in the business of convincing people of stuff that they don't believe. So for me, I felt and seen the effects of the crystals. And then I've read, you know what I'm saying? I've actually took the time to dive into like why this, like they literally are formed from the earth.
What is the name? Is that a study? Is that like a particular philosophy that is attributed with that particular concept of the stones having this, or the gems and stones having?
I'm sure it is, but I don't.
Stoology on that back.
Yeah.
Crystallology.
Crystallology.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know the actual name of the, but it's hundreds and thousands of books.
We're going to follow back up with this.
Or we could just Google it like a kill did when the COVID.
No, I mean, dude, I'm right there with you. Like, so there's I mean, like, I kind of saw something similar work. Like when you have a kid, if you've got a baby that's going through teething, and everybody knows that's a horrible time. I mean, I wanted to do what my grandparents did, which was just put a little whiskey on your gums. I was overruled. But so I went and researched and found these Baltic amber necklaces. And I have never seen such a drastic turnaround in just, you know, what we call it, healing energies. I don't care if it's a placebo. I don't know that placebos can work on a baby because they don't know enough to know that they're being given a placebo. But it absolutely worked.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's just a heavy metal. That's just, you know, that's just the effects.
Doesn't matter what you believe in. The sun is hot. I don't believe that. Okay.
Right.
And keep it moving, bro. Good luck. Good luck with that.
It's all up to your interpretation, how you take it. It's not going to affect me one way or the other.
And it didn't affect me at all. Like, it really didn't bother me as much as I felt like she had a bad experience and was closing off everything in that realm as a result of, like, giving somebody $150 for a reading that was bullshit.
When I first started eating a little cleaner, probably about 10, 12 years ago, I had the worst experience. Like, but I didn't do it properly. I went from eating hamburgers and fries from White Castles to like vegan, like in a day or two. So my body was rejecting that. Like I had cold chills. I got sick. I was throwing up like crazy.
AKA the body in its amazingly intelligent ways was creating avenues to get the nonsense out your body. We call it sick and we get scared, but we should be grateful and feel blessed because that's the actual situation that's really occurring in real space and time to evacuate the gook and the nonsense that you don't want in the body.
Like my brother always says, the body is always trying to protect you.
Period. So,
like, if I'd have went by that first experience, oh my God, that was terrible. I'm not White Castles. Let me get 2 double sliders with cheese. Like, I'm back on the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If that first initial reaction my body had was what it was supposed to be.
Good example. You never work out your whole life. You get your ass whooped in the workout, you know what I mean? And you sore as hell the next day, right? And you're like, I'm never doing that again.
Right.
My body said no. It's like, nah, your body's trying to figure out what the fuck to do now because you ain't did the right to it in a long time.
But it's actual facts that working out helps increase all kinds of good shit going on in your body. Good vibes.
Yeah.
Release of endorphins. Like
this whole show is tying in too, because that goes back to what you said, what you brought up about comprehension. Because if you do that and then you understand why you all sore, you about to just chill, relax, do water, do hydrating, electrolyte foods, potassium-rich foods, or whatever, and get back to it, you know, when you can. And then start doing it more consistent so you could ease up off that, you know, painful feeling.
Yep.
Well, guys, this was a dope show. Man, we freestyled the show, y'all. We are the goats.
Hey.
We are
18 episodes in, we are the
Consistency, bro.
greatest.
shit.
Consistency.
Man.
That's that Joe Dispenza you was talking about. The more and more you do something, the more and more you create the neural pathways that really allow, you know, whatever that happened.
That,
like a street
man.
being, a freeway being
Listen.
mapped out so you could drive a car.
Bro, that's crazy that you said that. I literally, last night going to sleep, listened to a little YouTube, like 15, 20-minute Dr. Joe Dispenza. When I meet him, I'm going to hug that dude. That dude has affected me in so many ways. Where he literally was talking about how your past memories are like a freeway. It's like, you know, real easy to access.
Go there if
You get on that boy and it's, boom, 70 miles per hour. You just end it, boom. Your memories of anger, fear. And when you wake up in the morning, it's like if you exist in that type of mindset, your brain is automatically going to start your morning off like that. Like, damn, man. What? As opposed to living in the present. My bad, Oscar.
You good. I just think that since you went to cash, you should be able to spell out for me and booze. Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom. V-R-O.
Not so cast.
You spelled it like a 4-year-old.
I spelled it like Batman from the 70s.
Oh, V.
Pow.
Yeah.
Bam, biff, right. Thwack. Thwack. Them dudes was making up words. What the hell is thwack? I swear, thwack was on
you
there.
got it, though. You understood.
You understood. Yeah. That's the sound of a hand slapping your face. But no, living in the present, as he described it, present future, because your present dictates your future, is like that dirt road that don't nobody go down. And every morning, if you go down that road, it's like you got to force yourself to go down that road. Eventually, the path is going to start, like the grass is going to start laying down because you keep going out. So now it's familiar. Like, damn, okay.
Can you do the
This
Joe
is
Dispenza
cool.
voice, though?
I can't. I cannot.
Because if you can get familiar,
As
meditation,
You guys have a guest for your next
meditation.
one?
Yes.
In another lifetime, Asa was definitely like an impressionist or something.
Keep me out of the boys down packed.
But yeah, we're going to wrap it up for this episode, guys. Do you want to do any quick appreciations before we move on?
Always. You guys, you want to go first, young?
Have you
Asa,
been reading
Nori,
Michelle Obama's
Bay?
book?
Oh, man. Black Lightning.
we
We
got
was
a
supposed
little
to
excerpt from Black Lightning.
We
we
gotta
supposed to
bring
talk
that
about
up
Black
for sure.
Lightning today.
Man, you seem like you got mighty assertive. Uh-oh.
Our super dope guest just stepped in for episode 2.
It's
But-
6 feet-ish.
Yeah, because I'm about to ask y'all a couple questions.
Ish.
I just kind of was like, I really ask no questions about this before I kind of,
So we
What
gonna
your
wrap
man
up.
huh?
say? What your man say?
Minding my black-owned business.
No, that's so fly.
Ooh.
You want to hit your appreciations real fast?
I would like to appreciate my mother for popping me out the womb 32
Gang, gang.
years ago.
Gang, gang.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you.
And I would like to thank all of my babysitters from the past that had to deal with my bad black ass.
Nice segue to the next episode. Gang, gang, gang,
Yeah.
gang. I want to appreciate my brother Brad Scott, Jason Clark, for plugging me to this little network with the Psychedelic Conference. Peace to Mama Ayana for being the backbone of this whole setup after our illustrious Baba Kalende ascended. This is a dope experience. Dope experience. I was talking to Booze last night, and I was, in my little ego and stuff. I was stressing out, and this is why I love my brothers, because you got to have people that keep you balanced in your life. And he was just like, yo, just address this like this. and handle this like this and talk. And I did everything that he said, and it worked out perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Put me completely at ease. The little bit of stress that I was having about the situation put me completely at ease. So I appreciate you secondhand.
Oh man, appreciate you. No problem.
I said secondhand, man. That was like a backhanded appreciation.
Oh well, shit. I'm happy to make the team. My appreciation goes for just anybody who's ever listened to the show. It's always real flattering
you and
this goes out to you.
All 25 of
you,
y'all. And I know
you.
like 11 of them are like.
It ain't 25, bro. You got like 5 racks out here, man.
Oh,
See the
right.
Don't do that, bro.
Anybody who's listened to the show, just because it feels real good to see that people actually listen to it. And then it's like people who listen to the show and start like posting on IG before I even post about us having the show out, which lets me know that like, damn, y'all looking for it now. And it's like, man, that's a really good feeling to just know that like this information is actually valued and appreciated. It feels good to be with my brothers at all times, but it's also even better to know that somebody's actually getting something from the show. And so thank you guys for fueling us to come up here to give you some information, to talk with people, to just explore ourselves and our minds and our thoughts. And yeah.
Factory.
All right, so we're going to close out this episode. And thank you, Dave. Thank you, everybody. And we out.
Peace.